The Dallas Cowboys entered the season as world champions and sought to become the first team to reach the Super Bowl 5 times. They are the Notre Dame of professional football, a national team whose popularity extends from coast to coast.
Hey there, brothers and sisters. I'm Dr. Samuel Garcia Jr., and welcome to the electrifying universe of the 99 Chamber. In this episode, we're shifting our focus to the gridiron as we dive into the world of football. Big shout out to my team, the Dallas Cowboys, for an impressive victory against the Philadelphia Eagles, clinching a convincing 33-13 win. It was a monumental day for the Cowboys fans, and I'm excited to share my own personal journey of becoming a devoted Dallas Cowboys enthusiast. From the highs and lows of each game to the camaraderie that sports bring, we'll reflect on the unique experience of being a fan. So whether you bleed blue and silver or you're just curious about the passion behind sports fandom, join me as we explore the chambers of life through the lens of football. This podcast isn't just about the game. It's about the emotions, the memories, and the connections that sports create. So buckle up. We're about to kick off a thrilling ride through the chambers of life, celebrating victories, learning from defeats, and embracing the camaraderie that sports bring. Again, welcome to the 99 Chamber. Like many others, my journey as a Cowboys fan was more of a birthright than a choice. My pops, a fervent devotee who bled blue and silver, imparted the legacy of the Dallas Cowboys to me. Growing up in the era when giants of football like Randy Martin, Roger Staubach, and Mission, Texas' own Tom Landry were indomitable figures in the NFL, my father's passion for the team was contagious. It was a legacy woven into the fabric of our family, passed down from a time when the Cowboys were synonymous with greatness. The stories of triumphs and the enduring spirit of those iconic players became an integral part of my upbringing, leaving me with no choice but to don the star and embrace the legacy that stretches across generations. The Cowboys were not just a team, they were a tradition, an unspoken bond that connected us through the triumphs and tribulations of America's team. In the sun-soaked days of my Texan childhood, one memory shines brighter than the rest. The day my family and I embarked on a pilgrimage to the legendary Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I must have been around 5-6 years old, and I stood in awe before the colossal structure, with my little heart pounding with excitement. As we embarked on the tour, it transformed the stadium from a distant spectacle into a larger-than-life facility where dreams unfolded. Venturing into the hollow locker rooms, the scent of sweat and determination lingered in the air. It was a place where heroes prepared for battle, and I, a pint-sized Cowboys fan, felt like I'd stumbled into a sacred sanctuary. The thrill peaked when we stepped onto the field itself, the vast expanse where my idols in blue and silver had made history. I took off in a sprint, my tiny legs carrying me across the turf, imagining touchdowns and cheers echoing in the wake. Years later, my mom still holds on to the photos from that unforgettable day. Snapshots of a young me beaming with pure joy against the backdrop of the iconic stadium. Those images encapsulate a moment frozen in time, a testament to the magic of being a Cowboys fan. As the years rolled on, I was fortunate enough to witness several games in both the old and new stadiums. The deafening roars of the crowd, the sea of blue jerseys, and the electrifying atmosphere created memories etched into the very fabric of my being. For my fellow Dallas Cowboys fans, the journey has been a roller coaster of emotions. Together, we've weathered storms, celebrated victories, and endured very heartbreaking defeats. Yet through it all, our loyalty remains unyielding. It's a commitment to America's team that transcends the wins and losses, a bond that unites us in the face of criticism and doubt. No matter what the naysayers, like Stephen A. Smith and many others, may proclaim, we, the Cowboys faithful, stand firm. It's more than fandom. It's a legacy passed down through generations, a shared passion that makes us the best fans in sports. So here's to the memories of that 5-year-old sprinting across the Cowboys field, and to the countless moments that make us proudly declare, "Go Cowboys!" No outcome can shake our steadfast commitment to the star. Exploring the intricacies of sports fandom reveals a dynamic interplay of influences, as evidenced by research findings. Have you ever wondered how your family ties contribute to your allegiance to a particular sports team? Do you find that your local community and peer interactions play a significant role in shaping your sports affiliations? Geographical proximity often sparks allegiance, but have you experienced a deep connection to a team from a distant location? Consider those pivotal moments, the game-changing performances, the star players, or unforgettable plays that solidify your loyalty. How has media exposure through television broadcasts or social media played a role in introducing you to teams and fostering a sense of connection? Moreover, reflecting on the emotional and communal aspects of your sports fandom, can you identify instances where your connection with a team transcended the game itself and became woven into your broader identity? These questions invite us to delve into the tapestry of sports fandom, where personal narratives intersect with broader cultural and social dynamics.
Blitz look. Aikman, 7-step drop. Throws it right to the goal line. Irvin jumping, catch at the 3. Diving, touchdown! Oh, what a play! Oh, what a throw, what a catch, and what a play. Handoff, Smith at left guard, 35, 40-yard line, right on the mark. That should do it. Emmitt Smith has eclipsed Walter Payton as the NFL's all-time rushing leader, and somewhere, sweetness is smiling. The torch is passed. Long live the king.
The sounds and images of the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s were simply unavoidable. Who remembers growing up as a young person in the 90s? It was truly an extraordinary time for being a Cowboys fan. This was a time when the Cowboys were building their dynasty. The era was charged with anticipation and excitement as iconic players such as Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, and legendary coaches Jimmy Johnson helped build and shape the narrative of America's team. The 90s for me and many others were truly much more than a decade. They were a golden age of Cowboys football, etching indelible memories and sparking a lifelong love for the star. I do want to share one legendary tale about my dad, who one day decided, you know what, I'm going to turn the living room into a Cowboy shrine. So he walked in with paint, brushes, and he got to work. He started sketching the idea, and he painted it, and he did the Cowboys logo, finished the Cowboys logo on the mural wall, and dedicated this awesome image to his love for the Dallas Cowboys, which is pretty cool, right? Well, it is cool for us, the guys who are really passionate about this, but my mom, this was kind of her space, and so she wasn't a big fan of this, right? And so she got the reaction, and if you know my mom, you know the way she is. She's a beautiful, loving person, but when something's not right or she doesn't see fit, she raises her voice, and she let him have it, essentially. Samuel, ¿qué hiciste? I can't believe you did this, blah, blah, blah. And so, it was a little too late. So we just learned to embrace it and admire my dad's work. And so now we laugh at it, we joke about it, but it just showcases the passion, right? The interest, the commitment that one has to a particular institution, a team, an entity. Some folks tattoo their bodies, others decorate their cars. We just are fascinated and drawn to these sports teams, and we do sometimes out of the ordinary, out of the box, or sometimes crazy, what people will term, things or label them as crazy. But, you know, this kind of represents our identity, and it represents how much passion and commitment and love we have for someone or something, right? And so, needless to say, we were one of the, I would imagine, the only house on that block that had a Dallas Cowboy mural at the time, right? So this was our old house. Eventually the house got destroyed, unfortunately, but, you know, we later on built a new one. And so my dad had another idea. Hey, let me do it again in this house, in our living room. And my mom was like, "No, hombre, estás loco," right? So sorry, Dad, you know, your dreams didn't come true, but that story will live on forever. As we wrap up this episode, I want to hear from you, the listeners, about your own tales of sports fandom. What's your origin story? Did you inherit your team allegiance from family, or did you forge your own path? How does your sports fandom influence your daily life, from the way you dress to the rituals you perform on game day? Share your experiences with us on social media using the hashtag #the99chamber. Let's celebrate the diversity of sports allegiances and the unique stories that bind us to our favorite teams. And before we part ways, a quick call to action. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to subscribe to the 99 Chamber podcast. Spread the word, share your stories, and stay tuned for the next episode where we'll delve into more intriguing topics. Remember, in the immortal words of Jimmy Johnson, how about them Cowboys? Until next time, this is Dr. Samuel Garcia Jr. signing off from the 99th Chamber.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!